So good morning class, it's Tuesday the 12th of January and this is English part 2. Okay, so yesterday hopefully you got to get to grips with what we are trying to do. I know it's difficult because I'm not there in front of you teaching you. We can't have to separate the learning chunks up and I'm expecting you to kind of go through it step by step and using the pause button when you need to in order to write your words. So I appreciate all that, but just remember how you should structure your work, okay? This is like an image of a page. You do your learning chunk 1 words at the top and then followed by learning chunk 2 words and then learning chunk 3. At the end is when you write it all up, okay? So I expect a chunk of writing 3/4 of the way down the page, which is all the writing that we should be doing in the English lesson, okay? Otherwise it's really hard for me to mark, okay? I don't want writing in here. This is where you jot down your ideas and then you put them together in the form of the sentences. And for example, today we'll be doing a subheading and then we'll be putting some writing underneath the subheading. So please make sure you structure it properly because it's so much easier for me to mark and to read. Okay, so 2 things or 3 things we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at subheadings, we're going to be looking at descriptive locations. We're also going to be looking at similes and we'll also be looking at positive words. Okay, so learning chunk 2. Before we start it, I want you to go back and watch the first 10 minutes of the video I posted on Thursday, which kind of gave you a look at the geographical features of Skara Brae, where it's located. So some of the things hopefully you will see are the stunning sandy beaches, the stunning backdrop with all the cliffs. You might see an idyllic harbour, you might see the rugged coastline. Now, while you're watching it, what I want you to do is write down and list as many of those geological features as you can see. Okay, so start the video, watch it, record any of those things that you see by writing them down in this section, the learning chunk 1. Okay, so going off and do that now. Okay, hopefully you've got now a list of everything. Now, in order to start our paragraph, what we are going to do is think about putting these geographical features, okay, after our sentence starters. So I would like you to either choose one or of these sentence starters. So nestled between is your sentence starter, or surrounded by, and then you're going to add 2 of your geographical features and make a complex sentence. Okay, so just to repeat, these sentence starters, nestled between or surrounded by, will be the sentence starter, one of them that you choose, and then you add 2 geographical features. If you can go off and do that now, that will be great. Okay, brilliant. So I will show you what it kind of looks like so far. So you've written a sentence, okay, which is your complex sentence. This is going to be your subheading, and this is a freebie that I'm going to give you because it was given to me. So the subheading reads, say hello to the Highlands. Okay, make sure that you kind of spell it this way because it's like a pun. Okay, hi and hello are very similar, but they've broken the word Highlands up. Underneath this subheading, you've written, or hopefully you now will have written, your complex sentence, which is nestled between or surrounded by. That's your sentence starter. So I've done it here, nestled amongst stunning sandy beaches and crystal clear waters, okay? Then I put a comma in and then we're going to move on to the next bit, which is learning chunk 2. So this is what this bit should be underneath this subheading, okay? Nestled amongst this, my sentence starter that I gave you. Stunning sandy beaches is 1 geographical feature and crystal clear waters, or crystal clear water, is my 2nd geographical feature, okay? So that is learning chunk 1 done. Now we're going to continue on to learning chunk 2, okay? So we are simply going to think about some things that you would find at Skara Brae, flint, maybe axes, maybe spears, maybe jewellery, maybe a pendant, and we are simply going to describe one of those with an adjective, okay? A positive adjective. So I would like you now to go off, list a couple of things that you would find in Skara Brae, and then think of putting an adjective to describe those things. These are nouns, and then you link an adjective to each of those nouns. Okay, write about 4 nouns. I've written 6 or 5 for you. Just choose 4 and then write an adjective to describe each of those nouns. Okay, go off and do that now. Okay, welcome back. This is the end of how we end our first learning chunk 1 and learning chunk 2. So learning chunk 1, we got up to this point. Okay, now I want you to copy this. So it says Skara Brae is what you need to copy. And then you're going to put down, okay, up the top, Skara Brae, you're going to put your positive word, which I think we talked about before, and then off the tip of Scotland. Okay, so Skara Brae radiates off the tip of Scotland. I think I used the word radiate. And then off the tip of Scotland, like a well-polished flint. Okay, so you can put this Skara Brae radiates off the top of Scotland, and then you're going to insert here one of those nouns and also the adjective that actually explains or describes the noun. Okay, so you may copy Skara Brae radiates off the tip of Scotland. That's your free sentence starter, and you're going to add in the adjective that described the noun. So here I've got flint and I've used the word polished. Okay, you might have sharp axe, you might have sparkling spears, or you might have sparkling jewellery. Okay, that's the section that you're going to add in to the end of this sentence starter that I've given you. Okay, so now learning chunk 1 and 2 collectively will say hello to the Highlands, nestled amongst stunning sandy beaches and crystal clear waters. Skara Brae, which I've given you, radiates, which I've given you, off the tip of Scotland, like a something something. Okay, so mine is like a well-polished flint. So that is my noun and that is my adjective. Okay, so that completes learning chunk 1 and 2. Okay, can you just make sure you've done that? Pause it and make sure that your learning chunk 1 and 2 underneath this heading looks exactly like this. Okay, heading, subheading, sorry. Nestled amongst stunning sandy beaches, you've put your geographical features. Skara Brae radiates off the tip of Scotland, that's the freebie, like a something something. Okay? Okay, come and join me again. We're now on to the last section. Okay, we're going to think about persuasive adjectives. Okay, these are all the adjectives that I gave you on Thursday, and most of you wrote a sentence with each of them in. Okay, I think I asked you to do 6 sentences. So most sought after, exceptional, innovative, groundbreaking, latest, spectacular, cutting edge, inventive and unique. They're all adjectives that are designed to persuade somebody to visit. Okay, and again, we used those last week. Okay, we also need to think about what is unique about Skara Brae. What are the unique features, okay, for a holiday destination? I call them unique selling points. So if you were to write a brochure, you need to share with the people that are reading the brochure what makes Skara Brae so different. What is unique about it? What makes it special? They're called unique selling points. So maybe it has its own lock, maybe it has its own on-site farm, okay? Maybe it has a groundbreaking metal shop, maybe it has a groundbreaking pottery shop. I did ask you to look at kind of what facilities there were at Skara Brae when I shared the video with you last week. Okay, so use some of the ideas that you wrote on Thursday. Okay, I want you to pause now and I want you to write down all the things that Skara Brae has to offer, all the attractions, all its features, all its unique selling points. Okay, so pause the video now and go and write down a list of things that you remember Skara Brae has to offer. Okay, welcome back. So this is what we've got so far. Subheading, say hello to the Highlands, nestled amongst stunning beaches, etc., etc., off the tip of Scotland like a well-polished flint. That's where we got to, okay? And that's where we stopped. Learning chunk 3, you use the sentence starter as below. Designed from the latest stone technology, Skara Brae's, okay? This is where you put the adjective in, okay, which we talked about on the other page. These are the adjectives, okay? So you could put exceptional or innovative or groundbreaking or latest. One of those adjectives you insert here, okay? And then you add in your 2 unique selling points, okay? So Skara Brae's adjective development boasts its own lock and metal workshop. So these USPs are what you found out on the previous page. And that should now complete learning chunk 1, learning chunk 2, and learning chunk 3. Okay, so your sentence starter for learning chunk 3 is designed from the latest stone technology, Skara Brae with a capital S. Okay, put in the adjective from the other page. So it could be innovative development, boasts its own, okay? And it could be lock, it could be stunning beaches, it could be idyllic harbour, it could be groundbreaking iron metal workshops, okay? The USPs that you thought about, the unique selling points or the unique features, is what you add in there, and then you put the word and then you put the last one there, and then a big full stop at the end, and that will be your learning chunk 3 completed. So that should be your complete subheading and paragraph underneath describing the unique selling points of Skara Brae. Okay, best of luck with that.